So the Community Foundation took that leadership role of co-convening with the City of Hamilton the Hamilton Roundtable for Poverty Reduction. And this is a multi-sectoral, broad initiative that brings people together to say, how can we work differently and how can we make those larger changes that will in fact be essential if we're to achieve that vision of making Hamilton the best place to raise a child. Today we're focusing on the McQuesten neighborhood, which was one of the 4 neighborhoods that we had our initial neighborhood program in. It's a neighborhood that has a very diverse population. It's in the older part of the city. Some people have lived there for years and some people are new to Canada. As a neighborhood, they've identified a number of things that are challenges to them, some of them around safety, around employment, around transportation, having access to resources, but they also have identified a number of strengths that they have. And I think we see that as we go out into that community. We really see them coming together to take action, to identify some of the short-term goals that they can have and how can they together make those happen.
You know, what is the relationship with this community and what are we doing about it? And recognizing that I'm sure there's more that as a landlord that you know, we should be thinking about. So that's where the dialogue began. You know, I look at the work of David Derbyshire and I look at the work of the foundation in supporting these communities, and I think not just supporting them, but what we're going to learn from this effort that's been made, and how important is that investment. So because right now we're now thinking what we've learned here, can we transfer it to other neighborhoods and improve housing in areas that we have some influence over. So, you know, what's that worth to a community?
Several of meeting, it was in front of my house, and we have very bunch of people. They are very good peoples, and like David, he run that meeting, design it, and they came and built this, and we built it together. All the community, they put hands together, and we built it together. Yeah.
Okay, STAR stands for Skills Through Activity and Recreation. We are a free, nonprofit, after-school-based programming offering skills, which is homework-based, craft-based programming, activities. We have a lot of other funders that help us out, but Community Foundation has been a great asset to us to have. The feedback we get from the children is when we come here at 3:30, program starts at 4 o'clock, and we have children coming up to the door at 20 to 4, wanting to come in to do stuff.
We have young children to seniors. We have Somali, we have Sudanese, we have Iraqi, we have many, many different cultures that all exist in this community. And the block party and other activities that happen in this neighborhood have really worked to bring those groups together and for them to work together and share and understand that we're all in this together and we can make this a better place to live.
The first thing that we did here with the Community Foundation is with a grant from them and with David helping us, we planted a whole bunch of geraniums and flowers in the front of the school.
Block party was getting many of the community together so we could get to know each other.
I don't think any of the events that we've been involved in, neither the block party, the Martha's Own, the Kids Club, the community center, I think we would have all had trouble functioning or even existing as long as we did without the cooperation and the assistance and the funding from the Community Foundation.
It's building that social cohesion, helping people to get to know each other, building friendships, having fun together. I think that's absolutely critical.
So we're helping build those assets with young people, because the more assets they have, the more likely they are to succeed in life. So without the Hamilton Community Foundation, we couldn't run this program in this area.
So the shuttle has been funded by a grant through Hamilton Community Foundation. People love this facility and because it brings the groceries right to their home.
One of the best practices for youth engagement is to engage young people where they are. Typically what happens in a citywide movement for youth engagement is that youth are invited to come to a central area, which tends to be downtown. So Through a foundational grant from the Hamilton Community Foundation, we were lucky enough to be able to target 3 of the neighborhood hubs, so McQuesten is one of them. And what we're going to do is hire a youth leader to work in this area, and they're going to work with 13 to 18-year-olds to engage them in a project over the course of the next year to tackle poverty and contribute to the community.
My role when I sit on that table is I'm the voice of the youth. Okay, so if there was events going on, if people wanted to get youth involved with the event, I would be the source to make that connection, or vice versa. If the youth were wanting to put something on, like for example, if they wanted to start up a basketball league, I would present that to McQuesten planning team. They would support any ideas that the youth would want to do.
It's vitally important we're supporting people who are living in poverty today, but too often that's where our thinking stops, and we are not planning our communities for the long term. The Roundtable is committed to that long-term vision, has been from day one, and it's what makes it a little different from other groups and organizations that are also engaged in this war on poverty, is that the Roundtable is saying we are here to think about that long-term vision.
There's the bigger policy level stuff that we have to deal with together, and that's wonderful that we're doing that and that we have a team of people that are interested in working on that. But just the everyday having a good time is really important in life, and sometimes it just gets lost in all the details of muddling through day to day.
While letting the strategic collaboration happen up here and also focusing very intensely on neighborhoods and on small projects, big projects. So the foundation really has done both of those things, which I think is incredibly cool, and it's been a great experience for our newspaper, for me personally. Probably some of the most meaningful work I've been involved in 30-odd years in my business.
This is hard, messy work. When you get really residents and organizations and municipal governments and everybody trying to work together, it's part of recognizing that it's not easy. Some of the things we run into are new challenges. Some of them are things we don't have the answers to. We look around us, we learn from others, but we, most importantly, I think, talk it out and work it out. And the Community Foundation is trying to play a very supportive role in that process.
So what I see in the future is just a great community with people that are caring and that want to buy homes in this area and want to raise their children in this area because everyone is involved, everyone is included in this area.